Welcome to this week's edition of Timeout. I'm your host, Keely McElligott. On this week's edition, I got the chance to talk with former Wildcat who chased his dreams and actually made it to the NFL. This is Brandon Lloyd. Okay, so I'm here with Brandon Lloyd, and thank you so much for joining me today. It's a real honor to get to talk to you about your life in football.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
When did you play here at Blue Springs?
Wow. Graduated in 1999.
Okay.
So, I had 4 years here. 1995, 1996. Yeah, so 1996.
Okay, and what position were you in football?
My freshman year, I started out as quarterback.
Okay.
Because I had a brother that graduated from Blue Springs here, and he was a quarterback, and I really enjoyed watching him play, and I enjoyed the tradition of the quarterback position. So I began as a quarterback my freshman year, and then I moved to defensive back my junior year.
Okay.
And then I played a receiver, kicker, and punter.
Oh, wow. So you were pretty busy on the field. Okay. Where did you play in college?
I attended the University of Illinois.
Okay.
In Champaign-Urbana in 1999, that summer.
Did you like it there?
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic. I knew I wanted to major in journalism.
Okay.
And so that's why I chose the University of Illinois, because they were ranked top in the nation for their journalism program. But the recruiting process and coming out of Blue Springs made it really easy, and it was organized in the schools that I was choosing from. And then when I chose Illinois, it was the right fit for me as far as the team, the ethos with the relationship between the players and the diversity on the team, and then the curriculum.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I didn't know that you wanted a major in journalism.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
right.
awesome.
Yeah, and I got to my third year on campus at Illinois. I got to do an internship at Fox Sports Net St. Louis.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And I had a segment called Big Man on Campus, and I got to interview the football team, the coaches, the players, and the basketball program. I got some key interviews with them.
That is awesome.
So I pursued the journalism program as part of my of holding the sports program accountable for bringing me there, knowing that was my interest, and they followed through.
That's awesome.
They gave me a lot of responsibility with journalism in the summertime, because as a student athlete, we're required to take classes in the summertime.
Oh, okay.
Because we're on campus and we're working out, and we're taking a lighter school load because of the sports responsibility. So we'll pick up classes in the summertime to make the difference up.
That's awesome.
And so I was able to have internships at local radio stations. I would get up at 5 a.m. and take the bus.
Wow.
And take the public transportation out to Mix 94.5 was the radio station.
Okay.
And I would pull the AP Wire sports, and that's how I started learning how to write and broadcast on radio. I would write those scripts for practice, and then towards the end of my internship, I was able to read my scripts in 30 seconds. So you have to fly through this script of all the scores and relevant information no, it was 15 seconds. So it was fast reading.
Oh my gosh.
And it was early in the morning.
Yeah, no kidding. 5 o'clock pretty early. So going back to your football life, I know that you were drafted. So what teams have you played for, and how many years did you play for those teams?
Right. I was drafted in the 2003 draft.
Okay.
Out of Illinois to the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
I played 3 seasons with the 49ers. I played 2 seasons with the Washington Redskins.
Okay.
1 season with the Chicago Bears.
Oh, wow.
I played 2 seasons and 6 games with the Denver Broncos. And then in that season, I played 11 games with the St. Louis Rams.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to New England and played 1 season. I took a year off in 2013.
Okay.
And then I returned with the San Francisco 49ers in 2014. So played for 7 teams, 11 years.
Wow, that's awesome. I know me and my dad are really big Bears fans, so they're doing good now, so that's
Right.
good. So it took a while, but so now I know that you were selected for the Pro Bowl in 2011. What was that experience like?
It was humbling.
Yeah.
Because that was the dream.
Yeah.
As a little leaguer, was to not only be playing in the NFL, but to be recognized by my peers as one of the best.
Yeah.
So it was humbling in the sense that it was everything that I worked hard for. That was it. And then to have the opportunity, because that's all we can ever ask for in life, is an opportunity to do what we love to do.
Yeah.
And to be fortunate enough to step up to the occasion and make the most of those opportunities, that was a dream come true. That was the whole point of me playing sports.
That's awesome. I feel like it'd be a really cool experience to be able to do that.
Yeah, and it's an honor. But the process leading up to it, I didn't do anything different.
Yeah.
My off-season workout schedule, I'd start working out the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday, and I'd do 2 workouts a day, and I'd work out Monday through Saturday, and it was the same thing, the same process. I adjusted things, and I worked out slightly less the older I was getting.
Yeah.
But it was the same process, and I think that's what made it so rewarding. Was I didn't do anything drastically different than I did the years prior. It was the fact that I had got more opportunity, and I was able to seize the moment.
That's awesome. So now, what is your life like after the football field?
Well, I have 2 boys, 11 and 10 years old. So most of my brain power is used parenting. And because it's completely different than the way I grew up, because I have to teach them how to use the internet.
Yeah. What
is a credible source, right? It's what's also fun about parenting is because I like relearning the things from school.
Yeah.
That's been fun. So like last week was multiplying and dividing decimals.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like fun to go down the wormhole and they get on the chalkboard and doing math problems, and fortunately they like it.
Yeah.
They like school, they like math, they like reading. So they take it, they make it really easy for me. Then the other, the rest of my brain power is being used in finishing my undergraduate. So I left school early. I left the University of Illinois early to play in the NFL. And I left with over a semester and left of school. So being 36 and returning back into the school environment, I have a whole new appreciation for the academic process.
Yeah.
I'm less distracted, way more focused, and I have a lot of life experience that I can apply.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot of fun. I did my 3rd and final semester of Spanish immersed in Costa Rica this summer, and that was transformative. To be able to go and it was, the culture was completely different. The host mother's home that I was staying in was maybe 20 yards away from the commuter train rail.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was like my day started at 5 a.m. It was like being back at the radio station. The train's coming by, so like, all right, I gotta wake up, do my exercises, get on my, get my my online subscription with my Spanish and start hearing Spanish so I can get my brain warmed up, do my exercise, take my cold shower because they don't have a lot of hot water there. You know, go down, eat breakfast, and walk to class, and there's dogs everywhere in the street. And the funny thing about Costa Rica is the pedestrians do not have the right of way, but the dogs do.
Okay.
So just so you know, if you ever go.
Oh my goodness. And then, do your sons play any sports?
They're not into sports. I know. That's like, you know, we live in Denver, so I'm like, well, the Broncos are in the Super Bowl, so you know, and we haven't been watching, and I haven't been watching a lot of football either.
Yeah.
So, but you need to see at least the last 8 minutes of the game, right?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. So you bring them out, put them in front of the TV, and they bring their Legos out, and their backs are turned to the TV. And the only time they turn around is to watch commercials.
Oh,
same thing. Game 7 of the World Series. You have to see this. The last 3 innings. No interest.
okay.
You know, but you know they like doing it. They're athletic, but they're just not into it.
Hey, that's okay.
Right. Sometimes I say, hey, maybe they're like happier not being so obsessed with
Yeah.
sports like I was when I was younger.
Yeah, no kidding. And then, do you stay in contact with anyone from your class of Blue Springs? We have a saying here, and it's once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. And
That's right.
So.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm here.
That's
you
awesome.
know, I developed a really close relationship with Matt Marble while I was here, and his mother and father, and so he's one of the people that I stay in contact with, and so that's why I like this opportunity to be here with you guys and to let you know that there is potential in this. There's ability to transfer skills even if you don't want to stay in journalism, but the ability to communicate and be knowledgeable on subjects and translate that information to the viewers and readers. It's an important skill. It takes a lot of responsibility to be a journalist, and especially in this climate that we live in. So I really admire you guys for having this program and developing your future.
Yes. And then, do you have any advice for any future athletes who are looking to go pro with any sports, not just football, but any and all?
Well, my strategy for going pro was to always have a plan B.
Yes.
So that's why I chose Illinois. I didn't choose the other schools where I could have went and learned to be a professional athlete. So that's an option also.
Yeah.
So you want to learn to be a professional athlete, you can attend those schools in the SEC. You can go to the ACC schools and you can learn how to be a professional athlete. But I was choosing to focus on a second career or a plan B option, and that's why I chose Illinois. So always keep the options open, because the odds say that you won't make it pro.
Yeah.
And then making it pro. And what sport do you play?
I'm on dance team, so you can't really go pro, but you can do college. So.
Right. Or you can be a background dancer for a major pop star. So there's definitely professional opportunities within that. But do you have to think about it financially?
Oh yeah.
Is also. Because I was also running track and field here also, and I did it in college, but I always looked at it as, all right, where's the career in that, where I can be financially able to be independent, and it's tough to find that in professional sports outside of the big major basketball, football, baseball. There's definitely business and social media and other avenues to have income. Yeah. But the focus was for me, what is the plan B? And it was communications. Yeah. And so that would be my advice, is to make sure that you're solid on the academic career aspect of attending school, because the odds are you won't make it pro.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and taking time out of your busy schedule and talking with me about your life and football and everything. So thank you so much.
Yeah, good to be here.
It was such a privilege to get to talk to Brandon about his passions and his life on and off the football field. Make sure you like and subscribe to everything Wildcat TV. I'm Keely McElligott, and I'll see you at the games.